Hey, I'm Pops, and welcome to episode 2 of my Autumn Let's Play world. This October, I'm building an autumnal world right in time for Halloween. In episode 1, we began landscaping and marked out where we wanted the path to be. In this episode, we're making a start on building. So, let's begin the playthrough. Hey, now that we have the path laid out and I've started marking out the areas where I'd like to place new builds and structures, let's get around to actually putting the builds together and adding some life into this world. I'm going to start by adding in a few different styles of houses, and then we'll get to work on adding in the farms and filler builds like custom trees. Over here you can see I've added in 2 brand new builds in a very similar style. This is inspired by a build I did on my Pinterest a few years ago, and it has a beautiful porch and some lovely warm tones in the roof, and this is a similar design with a thatched hay bale roof without the porch. I really do like the 2-tiered roof design, and I think it's a great way to add some levels and variation into the builds in this area. Next, I'm going to be adding in some smaller and shorter builds just to fill in the gaps here and there. Then we can get to work on some trees too. All right, we have added quite a lot of new builds to this area over here. Granted, we do have a long way ahead of us, but progress is progress. I've added in a number of different size builds, a few smaller houses as well as a few larger ones, including this amazing windmill build over here. I think this house is one of my favorites, and could you imagine living here and having the view of that gorgeous mountain peeking through the clouds and that windmill in front of you? Stunning! And I'm feeling incredibly inspired. As you can see, I've marked out a few spots with concrete. So the green concrete is where I'd like to add some more natural builds like custom trees and farms. the yellow concrete are for smaller structures like carts or trading stalls, that sort of thing. So I've got a few ideas of what I'd like to add as gap fillers in these areas. So I'm going to be cracking on with that next. The sooner that I can get this area of the world complete, we'll have a better visualization of what the whole world is going to look like once finished. And I'm really excited to work on developing it. As soon as I can get this area done, we're then going to move across to this side as well. Lots of plans ahead of us, and I can't wait to get started. I'm thinking we could add a little pumpkin patch over here outside this house. What I'm going to start off doing is adding a large custom pumpkin over here. So I'm going to make this shape, and I'm going to add some sandstone stairs. Ooh. And then red sandstone walls. There we are, and all we need is a little sea pickle on top to finish it off, and there we have a custom giant pumpkin. I also like adding in these drip leaves to look like little vines connecting the pumpkins. I'm going to add a few of the normal pumpkins around here as well, just dotted along the path. I can add another one here. It's looking good, looking good. Let's not forget to connect everything. Sweet, what a cute little pumpkin patch. I reckon we can also work with some candles here. I'm going to add in a couple of these green candles and maybe the occasional brown candle here and there. Just for a little extra detail to look like the stalks of the pumpkins. Of course, I can't forget to use some sea pickles as well, just to shake it up a little bit and do some different widths and styles. Yes, this is looking really good. Oh, I actually think maybe I should add in one of these here. Maybe I can do two here? Yeah, that looks better. As the sun is starting to set, this is the perfect time to take a little tour of the world to see what it looks like so far. In the entryway, we have a gorgeous little costume store that you can come and visit to pick out your Halloween outfit. Then we have our windmill over here, some custom pumpkin patches, and a lot of gorgeous views. A couple custom trees and carts. Isn't this stunning? So beautiful. And as we walk on further, we can slowly start to see the firefly bushes light up as well as the sun begins to set. As we walk on this way, we have a little field over here with some carrots growing outside of this house. And a little wheat field here as well. I love how this looks, and I really adore the spooky yet warm autumnal atmosphere. It looks really cozy and homey with just a hint of something extra. And look at this view, isn't it gorgeous? All of the little fireflies and the particles of the falling leaves from the trees really add to the atmospherics, and I'm so glad that these additions have been made to the game. For the last couple of hours, I've been working on developing this area of the world, and I'm obsessed with how this is coming together. I have been adding in different levels with the builds. I've got some taller turrets like these and some smaller builds like these in the mix, as well as some of my classic builds which are inspired by things that I've done on Instagram. The main kicker is, and now that we've got most of the big structures out of the way, it's time to add in lots of little structures like these. In the yellow, this is where I would like a little pond to go. I'm thinking, because I've got so many different levels over here, I'd like something quite low down to draw the eye as you walk along the path. And as we move along, I've got some more spots marked out in the yellow here. I'm thinking maybe pumpkin farms and a wheat farm, and a couple green spots here, which are where I'm planning on placing some custom built trees. We are so close to finishing this section of the world, so I'm going to crack on and try and complete this before the end of the day. Once we complete this section of the world, we're going to be working on this pathway over here leading towards a spooky dark forest. As we inch closer to that dark forest, I want the world to become a little bit more whimsical and a little bit more eerie, so we're going to be amping up the Halloween vibes the further away that we get from this town. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of episode 2. Thank you for sticking around and watching me make all of these builds. I can't wait for episode 3 where we're going to continue. If you'd like to see more content from me, follow my TikTok, Instagram and Twitch. But most importantly, like and subscribe so you won't miss episode 3 when it comes out next Wednesday. I also have a community Discord server that you can join if you enjoy Minecraft. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll see you in the next episode.